Good morning, everyone. The Processional of the 21st Fall. We apologize for the microphone difficulties. We'll start this from the top. Good morning, everyone. The Processional of the 21st Fall Commencement Ceremony of Washington State University will now begin. Entering the Coliseum from the southwest entrance and leading the processional is Faculty Senate Chair Douglas Call, bearing the university mace, a traditional symbol of authority. His honor guard includes Brian Patrick, President of the Associated Students of Washington State University, and Rhianne Cunningham Shelton, President of the Graduate and Professional Student Association. This ceremony recognizes students from the College of Agricultural, Human, and Natural Resource Sciences, with 73 undergraduates, 9 masters, and 9 doctoral graduates. These numbers include graduates from the School of the Environment, a joint program between the College of Arts and Sciences and the College of Agricultural, Human, and Natural Resource Sciences. The College of Arts and Sciences, with 211 undergraduates, 4 masters, and 6 doctoral graduates. The Carson College of Business, with 176 undergraduates, 49 Master of Business Administration professional degree candidates, and 1 doctoral graduate. The Edward R. Murrow College of Communication, with 41 undergraduates and 11 masters. The College of Education, with 50 undergraduates and 4 masters. The Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture with 144 undergraduates, 23 masters, and 6 doctoral graduates. The Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine with 1 master graduate. The College of Nursing with 52 undergraduates. And the College of Veterinary Medicine with 17 undergraduates, 1 master's and 2 doctoral graduates. There are a total of 764 undergraduates, 102 masters, and 24 doctoral students, representing 125 different degree fields of study. 134 students receive their degrees online through the global campus. An additional 93 are from other WSU campuses, and 6 will be commissioned as officers in the armed forces. All will be Cougar alums. Now entering the President's Platform Party, made up of Washington State University administration, leaders of our university's governing bodies, college deans, vice presidents, regents, and special guests. Shelley Spangler, President, Alumni Association. Matthew Sheftick, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Army. Ellen Taylor, Interim Vice President for Student Affairs. Sashi Pillay, Vice President, Information Technology and Chief Information Officer. Chris Keene, Vice President for Research. Phil Weiler, Vice President, Marketing and Communications. Mary Rizak, Dean, Boylan College of Engineering and Architecture. Michael Trevison, Dean, College of Education. Richard Koenig, Interim Dean, College of Agricultural, Human, and Natural Resource Sciences. Samantha Gazarian, Associate Dean, College of Veterinary Medicine. Mary Coythen, Dean, College of Nursing. Chip Hunter, Dean, Carson, College of Business. Todd Butler, Dean, College of Arts and Sciences. M. Grant Norton, Dean, Honors College. Bruce Pinkleton, Dean, the Edward R. Murrow College of Communication. Jill Creighton, Associate Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students. Lisa Gloss, Dean, Graduate School. Brett Blankenship, WSU Region. William Light, Professor Emeritus of Anthropology and Honorary Doctoral Degree recipient. Elizabeth Shelton, Provost and Executive Vice President of Washington State University and Pullman Chancellor Designate. And Kirk Schultz, President of Washington State University. Please rise for the presentation of the colors by the Washington State University Joint ROTC Color Guard, followed by our national anthem, which will be led by Julie Ann Wick, Associate Professor, School of Music. We ask that all gentlemen please remove your caps, and college sign bearers, please lower your signs. Please remain standing and join us in singing the Washington State University alma mater, Washington, My Washington. We will be led by Christina Gomnitz, a senior in music education. WSU family and friends, you may now be seated. Please welcome Dr. Kirk Schultz, President of Washington State University.
Good morning. As President of Washington State University, I would like to welcome the final graduating class of 2021 to the 21st Annual Fall Commencement Ceremony and thank all of you for attending this truly joyful occasion. What a great time to be a Coug. So today, as we have different speakers, you're going to hear at the end, a lot of times somebody will say, "Go Cougs," and we expect everybody in the audience, I don't care where you went to school, to also say, "Go Cougs" back. So let's have a quick practice round here. So go Cougs. Awesome. I bet they heard that in Montlake. So commencement is the highlight of each academic semester of this great university. Today, we recognize the commitment our graduates have made to the betterment of themselves and our world. In addition to the students' personal efforts, there are many others who played major roles in these women and men attaining their academic goals. To honor these individuals, including those who could not be here, I ask for a brief moment of silence. Thank you. The WSU Board of Regents is the university's governing body, and it gives me great pleasure to ask Regent Brett Blankenship to the podium for some congratulatory remarks. Regent Blankenship.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I would like to point out this has been our first in-person ceremony in several years now. So what a remarkable, indeed. What a remarkable achievement that the students have endured to get to this point, and what a moment of pride for all of you in the audience that the Board of Regents shares. One of the things I thought about on my way here today, several years ago, I had, well, first of all, you need to know a little about me. Those of you who drove over from the west side, you drove by my farm. I make my living farming wheat, and I farm in the town of Washtuckna. And, well, why, thank you. So, the funny thing about living there is my mother used to tell me, "Son, it's a great place to be from, but at any rate, maybe not the best place to live." But when you live in a rural area like that, you get to notice who's driving by on the county roads. And one day in the fall, when school was starting, I had just joined the board, and there was this car sheepishly driving by the end of the driveway, obviously lost. And they come up to the front, and I meet them at the door. And to me, it was obviously a couple of young men getting ready to start their college adventure. And I said, y'all wouldn't be looking for Pullman, would you? And they acted surprised, like, how did he know? Well, good grief, you know, here's these young men with excitement in their countenance, and you know they were heading to Pullman. But the problem was they were lost because there's no cell service out there, so Siri could not help them. Only I could. So I got them back on their way, and interestingly enough, I happen to have a phone charger to make sure this didn't happen again. But it's been enough years now, they may even be in the audience. But that's what made me think of it today. But how remarkable to have that technology. That it wasn't that long ago that we had to find our own directions if we were lost. And the reason that came to mind is I just took a family vacation, and I was in areas where Siri didn't work. So you had to do it the old-fashioned way. You got directions from your spouse. And you're in the left lane going 80 miles an hour, let's say, and shouldn't we have a turn coming up, sweetheart? Well, there it is, over there. You missed it. Now we're lost. And you can't get there from here. So the way those conversations go, you might try to say, well, how about the next turn? Where should we go? Well, I don't know. You don't listen to me anyway. And a smart husband would be quiet from then on, but no, you have to say, if you'd tell me in time, I could make the turn. To which the response is usually, don't you take that tone with me. And it can go even further south from there. But the good news is, Siri never says that. Siri stays on, and Siri keeps guiding you. The worst Siri ever says is recalculating, or more importantly, return to the route. So the point of the story is, if you keep moving, if you keep looking for the route, you'll find your way. And I'm so proud of you all to get this far, and I'm really looking forward to all the great things that you will show us in the future, and to make all the people in the auditorium proud, because I'm proud of you right now. So on behalf of all the regents, and on behalf of Regent Chair Dickinson, it's my honor to wish you all the best and the great congratulations from the entire Board of Regents. Go Cougs! Thanks very much.
Please join me once again in recognizing our regents and the important role that they play in our university with a big round of applause. Thank you, Brett. Commencement is always a special event. Behind every student is an important supporting cast. Would all WSU faculty, staff, and administrative personnel here today please stand? These dedicated educators, researchers, and public servants have played a particularly important role in the collegiate life of the graduates we honor today. The outstanding service by these individuals and their colleagues is of the utmost importance to the university. Let's recognize all these employees and thank them for their contributions to the successes of our graduates at Washington State University. Please be seated. So now we come to one of the times in the ceremony where it's audience participation time. So make sure you listen carefully to the instructions. It's obvious by the attendance here today that their graduates have a lot of support outside of Washington State University. Would all the Cougar moms please stand? Would all the Cougar grandmothers and great-grandmothers please stand? Let's go. Would all the Cougar dads, Cougar grandfathers and great-grandfathers please stand? Cougar husbands, wives, and partners and other family members, including children, please stand. If there are any Huskies in the house, please stand. We admire you all for the job that you do. Big round of applause, graduates, to these supporting cast members. Thank you. You may be seated. I join everyone here in celebrating today's graduates. We are proud of each and every one of you. Now I turn the program over to Dr. Elizabeth Chilton, Provost and Executive Vice President of Washington State University and Pullman Chancellor Designate. Dr. Chilton.
Good morning, everyone. To welcome the final class of 2021, I am pleased to introduce Rianne Cunningham Chilton, no relation as far as I know, President of the Graduate and Professional Student Association, Brian Patrick, President of the Associated Students of Washington State University, Nolan Thomaswick, President of Associated Students of Washington State University Global, and Shelley Spangler, President of the Washington State University Alumni Association.
Well, hi everyone. My name is Rayanne. I'm the president of GPSA. To the graduate and professional students, congratulations on this remarkable milestone. As Mark Twain once wrote, "Eat a live frog first thing in the morning, and nothing worse will happen to you for the rest of the day." Well, that's sort of what grad school is like. It's doing one of the hardest things you'll ever do to set yourself up for a life filled with purpose and passion. Getting this much education puts you among the top 15% most educated people in the world right now. And while I have no doubt you've become experts in your fields of choice, you've likely learned some things in grad school that weren't part of the curriculum, like how to let go of perfection and do things well enough, how to receive criticism, lots of criticism, how to live off of a shoestring budget, and how to field the same questions from your family over and over. What's your degree called again? How many years? So, not a real doctor then. With any luck, your time in your program has helped you refine, channel, and expand the wisdom and lived experience that you came here with. I hope you learned some things you're good at, and maybe also figured out some things you're not so good at. I hope you discovered work you are passionate about, and also crossed off some things you'd rather not do again. Most of all, I hope your time here has instilled an attitude of curiosity about the world, about other people, and about yourself. Please take a moment now to notice what this feels like. You did this. You've all managed to swallow the frog of crippling imposter syndrome, long nights of studying, and grappling with the balance between life stuff and all your work. This is something to be truly proud of. You've laid a foundation for the rest of your life and likely for generations to come. Congratulations to you all, and go Cougs!
Good morning, Cougs. My name is Brian Patrick, and I'm the student body president here at Washington State University. Thank you. A little background about myself. I was born and raised in the Palm Springs of Washington, also known as Yakima. There we go. So I'd like to start today with a special shout out to any graduates from West Valley High School. Go Rams. Cool. When I was back home on Thanksgiving break, I took some time to watch one of my favorite movies, Bleed for This. This movie is based on a true story about a boxer out of Philadelphia named Vinny Pazienza. Vinny started out his career winning fights as well as a few championships. And one day, after winning yet another championship, he got in a horrific car accident that left him hospitalized and doctors telling him that he will never box again. Instead of giving up and letting this accident tear him from his dreams, he began waking up early, working out, and studying a new way to fight. After months of everyone telling him to quit, it's not worth it, and he'll never accomplish his goals, he found himself back in the ring. This time, he came back with a new confidence and eagerness to win and appreciate the process along the way. After moving through this long, successful journey, he's sitting in an interview and gets asked, "Vinny, what is the biggest lie that you've ever been told?" He responds, "It's not that simple." The biggest lie that he's ever been told is it's not that simple, and I believe that this relates to the class of 2021 sitting in front of me today. While you were growing up, people constantly were saying, school is hard, growing up is difficult, college is painful, and the real world is scary. Yet, here you are. You are a class that faced some of the most unique obstacles that no one else has had to face before. Whether that be living through a pandemic, access to constant TikToks, social media, technology, political movements, and so much more. The entire time that you were going through that, people who were constantly trying to tear you down or telling your goals are not that simple, but they were. This class is the first to go from normality to a virtual world and back to a new normal with little to no guidance. This class opened up conversations about the importance of mental health. This class started the process of having conversations to get to better understand themselves as well as other people. This class has seen College Game Day, Gardner Minshew's, and the first Apple Cup win in 7 years. This class is resilient. In your time at Washington State University, it was the community of Crimson and Gray that helped you get to this milestone today. It is this same community that you can always come back to. And it is this same community that is rooting for you to have a prosperous life and an amazing future. As you all move on to the next chapter of your lives, try to embrace and cherish the lessons that you learned throughout your collegiate experience. Each one of your stories and each one of your paths to get here was a little bit different. But you all have two things in common. The first, your resilience and ability to do anything that you put your mind to. The second, being that you are a Washington State University Cougar. Those two things are something that you should be proud of. Those two things are something that no one else will ever be able to take from you, and those two things will help you in all of your future endeavors. Congratulations, class of 2021. All of you have set the foundations for what it means to be here, And for that, we truly appreciate the challenges that have been through and the bright futures that are in your future. Thank you, and go Cougs.
Good morning, fellow Cougs from the rugged and rustic land called Ohio. Here you are at the end of a long road of readings, math problems, reference pages, and essays. For some of you, this is your first time in college, and for some of you, your fourth. Some of you are first-generation students, and some of you are the latest in a long line of family graduates. Some of you have 3 children, and some of you are one of 3 children. These differences are wonderful and should be celebrated. But in a world where the powers that be do their damnedest to sow division daily, let us not forget that which brings all of us together. Hating Proctor U. I wrote that. But I digress. For some 20 months, we have lived a new normal, scrambling to adapt to the ever-changing status quo. It's been a struggle at times. Perhaps you even lost something or someone incredibly important along the way. During this past year and a half, my mind has perpetually returned to Tolkien, to the beginning of the Fellowship of the Ring, where, while talking about the return of a vast subjugating evil and the need to do something about it, a dejected Frodo, he's a hobbit, says, "I wish it need not have happened in my time," to which Gandalf responds, "So do I, and so do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us." The Dark Lord Sauron aside, you made that decision. It doesn't matter why you chose WSU, when you chose it, where you chose it, or how. Whether you're 23 or 63, whether you were on the Pullman campus or the Global campus. I love you, Global. You chose this path. You persevered through tumultuous uncertainties, and here you are. As Barry Manilow might say, "Looks like you made it." We can remember the struggles we've faced and all we've lost, but today we find reason to be thankful and celebrate. Celebrate our support systems, all that we still have, and ourselves. You're college graduates, gosh darn it. You're stars. Now, go do some nuclear fusion or something. Try hard to keep waking up every morning. Congratulations, fall class of 2021.
Congratulations to you, the graduating class of 2021. As president of the Alumni Association, it's my honor to be among the first to welcome you to the Cougar alumni family, a family that is over 215,000 strong. Now, the next few years are full of promise and opportunity, and having the support of the Cougar family during this time is critical. In recognition of your significant achievement of earning a degree from WSU, the WSUAA is proud to provide you with a free 3-year membership to the Alumni Association, thanks in partnership with BECU. The Alumni Association has 54 chapters and clubs across the United States, making it easy to find and stay connected with fellow Cougs wherever you go. You can find chapter and club contacts on our website or Facebook, and the vast Cougar network wants to help you succeed in your career and all of your personal pursuits. We invite you to visit your Alumni Center, which is open today until 4 p.m., Bring your family and friends and visit with fellow Cougs, grads, and alumni. Come ring the victory bell to celebrate your victory today and take advantage of photo opportunities that the Alumni Center offers. Once again, congratulations and go Cougs.
Thank you, Rianne, Brian, Nolan, and Shelley. WSU is proud of the success of our students, those carrying the college gonfalons or stage banners, our outstanding students chosen by their respective colleges, for their scholastic or academic achievements and their dedication and inspiration to their class. Please stand and remain standing when your name is called. From the College of Agricultural, Human and Natural Resource Sciences, Magali Gonzalez with a Bachelor of Arts in Human Development. From the College of Arts and Sciences, Nicole Craze, receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Jennifer Warren from the Carson College of Business, receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Hospitality and Business Management. Cheryl Arneo from the Edward R. Murrow College of Communication, receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Journalism and Media Production. From the College of Education with a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Daniel Mars. From the Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture, Alyssa Hovenkater, receiving a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Haley Chamberlain represents the Honors College and is receiving her Bachelor of Science in Biology. From the College of Nursing, Melissa Detman, receiving a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. And Long Nguyen from the College of Veterinary Medicine, receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry. Congratulations to each and every one of you. We are tremendously proud of you and your outstanding achievements. A round of applause for these remarkable students. You may be seated. I bring to your attention the honors cords, medallions, and stoles worn by many of our graduating students. Students who have demonstrated exceptional academic performance, obtaining a 3.5 or better grade point average, are wearing the WSU Custom Honor Cord of Crimson and Gray. Would the scholarship recipients, President's Honor Roll students, graduates of the Honors College, and those students who are members of any National Honor Society, please stand and remain standing. While we recognize others in this great class, please hold your applause until the end of the next set of introductions. So we got a little more audience participation here again. Would any student who is the first university graduate in your family please stand? Students receiving 2 or more degrees, please stand. Any student who served in our nation's armed forces, please stand. Students receiving their degree through WSU Global Campus, please stand. Any student who came to us from outside of the United States, please stand. And any student that is proud to be a Coug, please stand. I certainly hope that all of you are standing now, and if not, every student please stand. Everyone, a round of applause for all of these graduates. Thank you and well done. You may now all be seated. For the commissioning of the ROTC officer candidates, it is an honor to introduce Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Sheftick of the United States Army.
Will the individuals designated for appointment as commissioned officers in the Armed Forces of the United States please stand? Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. having been appointed an officer in the Armed Forces of the United States, do solemnly swear to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Members of the Board of Regents, President Schultz, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a distinct privilege for me to present the newest officer leadership of your armed forces.
Honorary degrees recognize those who've made profound and enduring contributions to scholarship, culture, and the quality of life for society. Recipients are persons of great integrity, reflecting on the values of our institution. Today, we are honoring WSU Emeritus Professor William D. Leip. We are honored to have Professor Leip join us at this ceremony. Professor Leip, you are an internationally recognized leader in the field of archaeology. In your distinguished career, which has expanded 6 decades, you have shaped the way archaeological references are managed. Your work has influenced how archaeology is conducted today. As an archaeologist studying the U.S. Southwest, you have chronicled 2,500 years of cultural traditions of that region's ancestral Pueblo communities. You're one of the founders of what is known as conservation or public archaeology. That is to say, you promoted more effective methods and national programs for studying archaeological sites impacted by the nation's economic development. From 1978 to 1985, you led WSU's collaboration with the University of Colorado on one of the largest such projects in the nation's history. Known as the Dolores Archaeological Program, its studies of the archaeological sites affected by a new federal reservoir became a model for structuring large-scale archaeological investigations. Starting in the 1980s, you also helped develop the nonprofit Crow Canyon Archaeological Center in Cortez, Colorado. Its mission is to empower present and future generations by making the human past accessible and relevant through archaeological research, experiential education, and the American Indian knowledge. Today, you continue to sit on its board of trustees. Your seminal role in the growth and success of the Crow Canyon Archaeological Center inspired its research institute to establish and name 2 endowments in your honor. As significant as your influence has been in chronicling the archaeology of the U.S. Southwest, you have had an equal or greater influence on the practice of archaeology itself. You've examined the discipline's goals, ethics, and professional standards, becoming the single greatest contributor to these issues in the field. In the 1990s, you were president of the Society for American Archaeology. You helped transform this internationally influential society into an authoritative resource for archaeological practice and professional ethics. The Society has recognized you with the Distinguished Service Award, its highest honor. You've also served on the boards of a number of professional societies and are a fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science. Washington State University is extremely fortunate that you have chosen to spend the majority of your career here as a member of the Department of Anthropology. You've enthusiastically introduced students to the study of archaeology. You have mentored dozens of graduate students who have gone on to prominent and diverse careers in the field. In retirement, you've been unrelenting in your commitment to the discipline, continuing to conduct research, serve professional organizations, and consult with policymakers on issues related to cultural heritage preservation. You also remain an active member of the WSU faculty, forging research collaborations, publishing articles, presenting colloquia, guest lecturing, and mentoring the next generation of anthropological archaeologists. For your enduring legacy in the study of the archaeology of the U.S. Southwest, for your leadership in creating standards of professionalism and ethics that guide the practice of archaeology worldwide, for sharing knowledge and inspiration as an educator and a mentor, and for your exemplary service to the profession, Washington State University is proud to confer upon you the degree of Honorary Doctor of Arts. I ask Provost Chilton and Professor William Leip to join me at the podium.
Dr. Leip, on behalf of the Board of Regents and Washington State University, we proudly present you with this honorary doctorate degree in recognition of your lifetime achievements and enduring contributions to research and education in archaeology and anthropology. For those graduating today, their families and friends, this ceremony is a once-in-a-lifetime event. I encourage all graduates, families, and friends to stay for the entire event out of courtesy and respect for all those we honor today. Thank you for your consideration. The candidates for advanced degrees will be presented by Lisa Gloss, Dean of the Graduate School.
Will the candidates for the advanced degrees please stand and remain standing when their groups are called? Doctor of Education, Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Nurse Practitioner, Master of Architecture, Master of Arts, Master of Athletic Training, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Engineering and Technology Management, Master of Nursing, Master of Public Affairs, Master of Science, Master in Teaching, and Professional Science Masters. President Schultz, I take great pleasure and honor in presenting these candidates for advancement to the graduate degrees as announced. You may be seated.
The College of Agricultural, Human, and Natural Resource Sciences, presented by Interim Dean Richard Koenig.
Will the candidates from the College of Agricultural, Human, and Natural Resource Sciences please stand? All right. President Schultz, I take pleasure in presenting these candidates for advancement to the baccalaureate degree. You may be seated.
The College of Arts and Sciences, presented by Dean Todd Butler.
Will the candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences please stand? President Schultz, I take pleasure in presenting these candidates for advancement to the baccalaureate degree. You may be seated.
All right, no more tricks from me, I promise. The Carson College of Business, presented by Dean Chip Hunter.
Will the professional degree candidates for the Carson College of Business Master of Business Administration degree please stand? And will our undergraduates, the baccalaureate degree candidates for the Carson College of Business, please stand? President Schultz, I take pleasure in presenting these candidates for advancement to the degrees announced. You may be seated.
The Edward R. Murrow College of Communication, presented by Dean Bruce Pinkleton.
Will the candidates from the Edward R. Murrow College of Communication please stand? President Schultz, I take great pleasure in presenting these candidates for advancement to the baccalaureate degree. You may be seated.
The College of Education, presented by Dean Michael Trevison.
Will the candidates from the College of Education please stand? President Schultz, I take pleasure in presenting these candidates for advancement to the baccalaureate degree. You may be seated.
The Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture, presented by Dean Mary Rizak.
Will the candidates from the Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture please stand? President Schultz, I take great pleasure in presenting these candidates for advancement to the baccalaureate degree. You may be seated.
The College of Nursing, presented by Dean Mary Coythan.
Will the candidates from the College of Nursing please stand? President Schultz, I take great pleasure in presenting these future nurses and candidates for the advancement to the baccalaureate degree. Please be seated.
The College of Veterinary Medicine, presented by Associate Dean Samantha Gazarian.
the candidates from the College of Veterinary Medicine please stand? President Schultz, it is my great honor and pleasure to present these candidates for advancement to the baccalaureate degree. You may be seated.
Upon recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the Board of Regents and the statutes of the state of Washington, I hereby confer upon each of you who fulfill its requirements the degrees for which you have been recommended with all the privileges and obligations. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the Doctor of Education and Doctor of Philosophy degrees please come forward? Names will be announced by Susan Gill, Associate Professor and Chair, Accounting Department in the Carson College of Business, and Stephen Steer, Director, School of Politics, Philosophy, and Public Affairs in the College of Arts and Sciences. Diplomas will be presented by Graduate School Dean Lisa Gloss and Associate Dean Tammy Berry. Out of an abundance of caution, we will refrain from shaking hands. It's nothing personal.
Al Wan, Doctor of Philosophy, Business Administration, Finance, hooded by Professor George Jiang.
Jazira Alashuva, Doctor of Philosophy, Economics, hooded by Professor Badisha Mandel.
Alexander Allman, Doctor of Philosophy, Molecular Plant Science, hooded by Professor John Peters.
Erica Casagrande Biasuts, Doctor of Philosophy, Horticulture, hooded by Professor Lee Kalksitz.
Pikmoni Ek, Doctor of Philosophy, Food Science, hooded by Professor Jairis Ganjayo.
Francisco Gonzalez Tapia, Doctor of Philosophy, Horticulture, hooded by Professor Mark Pavic.
Gilbert John Mitu, Doctor of Philosophy, Biological and Agricultural Engineering, hooded by Professor Manuel Garcia.
Arunaba Mirtra, Doctor of Philosophy, Plant Pathology, hooded by Professor Hanu Papu.
Ryan Booth, Doctor of Philosophy, History, hooded by Professor Lawrence Hatter.
Karanshar Singh Sandhu, Doctor of Philosophy, Crop Science, hooded by Professor Aaron Carter.
Carl Krotke Crandall, Doctor of Philosophy, History, hooded by Professor Bridget Farley.
Christopher Duke, Doctor of Philosophy, Zoology, hooded by Professor Patrick Carter.
Michael Martinez, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry, hooded by Professor James Brozick.
Xiaoyu Li, Doctor of Philosophy, Material Science, hooded by Professor Chan Zhang.
Amelia Silva, Doctor of Philosophy, Veterinary Science, Immunology and Infectious Diseases, hooded by Professor Viveka Vadavalu.
Michael Kindle, Doctor of Philosophy, Material Science, hooded by Professors John McCloy and Min Kyu Song.
Marcos Perez, Doctor of Philosophy, Molecular Biosciences, hooded by Professor Jennifer Watts.
Sam Karcher, Doctor of Philosophy, Material Science, hooded by Professor John McCloy.
Mark Billings, Doctor of Philosophy, Environmental and Natural Resource Sciences, hooded by Professor Matthew Carroll.
Konstantinos Ioannis Lazaridis, Doctor of Philosophy, Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Professor John McCloy.
Hongda Ren, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Professor Noel Schultz.
Sasha Kovacevic, Doctor of Philosophy, Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Professor John McCloy.
Ayman Alaharbi, Doctor of Philosophy, Geology, hooded by Professor Kent Keller.
Ahmed Hamza, Doctor of Philosophy, Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Professor John McCloy. Joshua Tibbetts, Doctor of Philosophy, Economics, hooded by Dr. Jill McCluskey.
Michael
Doctoral graduates, please be seated. Will the candidates for master's degrees and Masters of Business Administration please come forward? Diplomas will be presented by Graduate School Deans Lisa Gloss and Tammy Berry, and Dean Chip Hunter from the Carson College of Business.
Micah Wilson, Carson College of Business.
Rachel Japina, Masters of Arts.
Jennifer Louise Imboden, Carson College of Business.
Stephanie Hansen, Master's degree.
Jess Roberts, Masters.
Michael Canfield, Masters of Arts.
Lucinda Gonzalez, Masters.
Grace Harris, Masters of Science.
Evan Barton, Masters.
Jacob Sheehan, Masters of Science.
Rachel Milsick, Masters.
Dallison Peterson Silva de Carmo, Masters of Civil Engineering Science.
Nicholas D'Antoni, Masters.
Chandler Wegner, Masters of Science.
Christopher Pitroff, Masters of Business.
Sarah Sutmiller, Masters of Science.
Kevin Hayward, Master of Business.
Chandra Herod, Master of Science.
Arturo Carrillo Ramirez, Master of Business.
Mario Vega, Master of Arts.
James O, Master of Business.
Elijah Loftus, Masters of Science.
Stefan Zardaro, Masters of Business.
Valerie Eliason, Master of Arts.
Christina Hutto, Master of Business.
Misty Rex, Master of Science.
Sue Ellen Dos Santos Frank, Master of Business.
Cameron Doneen, Master of Science.
Laura Armstrong, Master of Business.
Christina Stenberg, Master of Arts.
Maria Mikas, Master of Business.
Sarah Taylor, Master of Arts.
Robert Della Rosa, Master of Business.
Yi Chang Chen, Masters of Science.
Anthony Munson, Master of Business.
Shi Zhao, Master of Science.
Joseph Tomaszewski, Master of Business.
Talahiva Bradshaw, Master of Science.
Vanessa Carol Omas, Master of Business.
Mishal Abdullah Marzuk, Master of Science.
Tracy Callahan, Master of Business.
Ye Sul E Yang, Master of Science.
Stephen Jutlaw, Master of Business.
Brandon Bullard, Master of Science.
Austin Blacker, Master of Business. Thomas Joshua Lozano, Master of Communications.
Andrew Lamb, Master of Science.
Cody Reynolds, Master of Business.
Lauren Romney, Master of Education.
Amanda Zweilfer, Master of Business.
Sahara Kuja, Master of Arts.
Laura Castro, Master of Business.
Aiden Middleworth, Master of Arts.
Christopher Halvonic, Master of Business.
Abdullah Momer, Master of Science.
Michael Wald, Master of Business.
Zain Mudassar, Master of Science.
Matthew Pierce, Master of Business.
Tayyab Munir, Master of Computer Science.
Vincent Marr, Master of Business.
Numan Shafkat, Master of Science.
Kyle Friesel, Master of Business.
James Asare, Master of Arts.
William Reeves, Master of Business.
Brianne Clippert, Master of Arts.
Michael McDaniel, Master of Business.
Maya Serbier, Master of Science.
Kaylee Norris, Master of Business.
Kenan Schrag, Master of Science.
Andrew Warfield, Master of Business.
Stephanie Cho, Master of Science.
Nella Davis, Master of Business.
Real O'Neill, Master of Science.
Shipra Shukla, Master of Communication.
Rita Unathan, Master of Science.
Carla Orduña, Master of Communication.
Bridget Wagner, Master of Science.
Chanel Solivan, Master of Communication.
Ping Wen Chang, Master of Science.
Jacqueline Longsden, Master of Communication.
Yi Zhahu, Master of Science.
Rodrigo Asensio, Bachelor degree.
Jose Almodovar Gomez, Master of Science. Okay, so those are the end of the
Presented on the right south side of the Coliseum floor will be the candidates for the College of Veterinary Medicine, the College of Agricultural, Human, and Natural Resource Sciences, the College of Education, the College of Nursing, the Edward R. Murrow College of Communication, and the Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture. Presented on the left north side of the Coliseum floor will be the candidates for the College of Arts and Sciences, to include the School of the Environment and the Carson College of Business. Will the undergraduate degree candidates please come forward?
Holly Lenson.
Sierra Thorler.
Natasha Munzer.
McKenna Deanne Horn.
Spencer Gilmore.
Jessica Fisher.
Fergus Nancaro.
Miranda Kling.
Emma Trenchard.
Karina Kiergos.
Thomas Wolfe.
Catherine Lovell.
Grant Kinzer.
Namun Subatar.
Dylan Hereford.
Madison Edwards.
Eddie Prong.
Sophia Montero.
Abigail Prinz.
Daniel Ing.
Braxton McCullough.
Caitlin Patel.
Olivia Timmerman.
Vanity Garcia.
Gabrielle Tilschner.
Marielle Parks.
Jadel Verduzo Lagunas.
Amanda Richards.
Kaylee Pavoni.
Lindsay Sims.
Emily Bunton.
Margot Holt.
Victoria Crossan.
Cassidy Dahlman.
Josephine Harris.
Ani Edwards.
Michaela Shaneman.
Jose Rios,
Robert Cook,
Vanessa Gutierrez,
Adriana Barajas,
America Sevilla,
Raylyn Fernandez,
Francisco Robles,
Janelle Hernandez,
Cole McClellan,
Carissa Mitchell,
Victoria Heron,
Rachel Burke,
Mary Simakula,
Hallie Lindgren,
Raina Winters,
Mary Larson,
Sharina Morris,
Sarah Kimmerer,
Apollo Villanueva,
Josh Emmy,
Slade McLaughlin,
Ruben Vela Salinas,
Jessica Klassen,
Quentin Strami,
Samantha Gerlach,
Eric Barregan,
Catherine Hebler,
Mackenzie Nomachensky,
Andre Calvo,
Delaney Higgins,
Lauren Stayback,
Manhattan Lowell,
Haley Chamberlain,
Liam McGovern,
Taylor Allen,
Dominic Adair,
Jenna Wildeman,
Rebecca Valdivinos,
Lindsay Simmons,
Van Vo,
Ross Shear,
Zachary Ward,
John Corsilius,
Nicholas Tanis,
Kyla Qualey,
Jenna Schroeder,
Casey Hubschmidt,
Sierra Rose,
Derek Daniel,
Aaron Lopez,
Grace McLaughlin,
Suchanji Jongperma Watanala,
Emily Gomez,
Michaela Stinson,
Haley Donaby,
Carla Soto Torres,
Jake Bailey,
Avery Belratia,
Devin LaPierre,
Caitlin Baker,
Haishin John,
Keonjane Henderson,
Tatum Flanagan,
Magali Gonzalez,
Sean Olson,
Caitlin Sweeney,
Kira Mix,
Dylan Sherman,
Ethan Howell,
Cordele Dijo,
Ashley Allegretto,
Cody Side,
Hannah Allison,
James Hamilton,
Kara McGrain,
James Alexander Jr.,
Nicholas Cutting,
Jonathan Charlton,
Sophia Rivero,
Kaylin April Serrano,
Jessica Garebe,
Abigail Stites,
Kelly Jenks,
Joshua Lemus,
Lacey Wahlberg,
James Ingram,
Celia Ibarra,
Michaela Powers,
Kenneth Stephanie,
Elizabeth Holthouse,
Christine Moniz,
Chesney Ramaki,
Alexandra Donici,
Alyssa Baxter,
Caitlin Butters,
Mo Gerke,
Jacqueline Smith,
Talia Sampson,
Ariel Sando,
Tabitha Brook,
Nathan Ventura,
Kylie Severs,
Jonathan Juarez Ramos,
Kendall Conley,
Timur Rayson,
Hannah Shumsky,
Max Borgi,
Madison Kennedy,
Dominic DeAndrea,
Daisy Vargas,
Holly Lathrop,
Tristan Watson,
Ariel Burnett,
Hera Sundstrom,
Nicole Moeller,
Daniel Mars,
Princess So,
Hannah DeGarmo,
Judea August,
Sydney Fanning,
Samray Stefanos,
Piker Weichel,
Sierra O'Neill,
Sam Christopher,
Maisie Troilet,
Grace Browse,
Abigail Granley,
Haley Embry,
Sabrina Hennis,
Allison Gerke,
Zara Debick,
Taylor Ray,
Henry Iguala,
Cheyenne Bell,
Theodore Amici Morty,
Laura Kello,
Long Tran Than Nguyen,
Jasmine Carranza,
Dominic Marinos,
Elizabeth Griffin,
Kyle Rieger,
Alicia Feist,
Scott Freistler,
Riley Hamilton,
Justin Pardini,
Cassandra Solsness,
Emily Estrada,
Kaylee Coons,
Christina Dietrich,
Jasmine Fernandez,
Chloe Delome,
Krista Lassen,
Brian Wilder,
Haley Hoagland,
Salvador Llarenas,
Alexis Winnett,
Daniela Creech,
Sean Hupke,
Elizabeth Casper,
Fallon Evans,
Emma Thornton,
Mallory Santanicola,
Trinity Mike,
Isabella Mansley,
Ashley Cecina,
Jacob McComas,
Catherine Hosking,
Troy Holloway Beach,
Grace LaPierre,
Daniel Chavez,
Ann Gardner,
Nathaniel Jormy,
Spencer McLaughlin,
Nathaniel Lundwig,
Ryan Curtis,
Cameron McGregor,
Alejandra Carranza,
Amber DeShane,
Jesus Policarpo,
Connor Zimmerman,
Cindy Britton,
Dane Clark,
Joshua Baldwin,
Nick Caton,
Peyton Darling,
Blake O'Brien,
Heidi Lancaster,
Colton Hauk,
Kelsey Lawrence,
Brooke Goodpaster,
Alex Wright,
Morgan Sloan,
Fatima Krubali,
Zachary Cobb,
Larissa Beiruti,
Margaret Dykus,
Khalid Jabril,
Jessica Nguyen,
Gayla Gonzalez Vargas,
Sophia Ross,
Alyssa Hanlon,
Lexi Esquivel,
Jennifer Price,
Grayson Matlock,
Anani Trejo,
Janet Cervantes,
Celesta Smith,
Diana Lynn Baluka,
Stephanie Banazic,
Marina Picardo,
Patricia Holmes,
Maclovia Madrigal,
Sarah Banazic,
Shada Nacito,
Jackson Ellenwood,
Keisha Anderson,
Sonia Sua,
Allie Withrow,
Riley Whitaker,
Paige Rule,
Kaylee Sproul,
Dakota Ayat,
Travis Shampole,
Madison Tufts,
Alyssa Brines,
Nicole Haley,
Yi Shu,
Melissa Detman,
Aladdin Alhausa,
Susanna Frame,
Christopher Smith,
Catherine Grambler,
Alexis Rose Gonzalez,
Bailey Polar,
Lindsay Dewey,
Charles Parent,
Robin Sylvie,
Hayden Inahara,
Nahom Casa,
Sterling Higgins,
Lauren Peck,
Samantha Monta,
Nicholas Anani,
Madeline Hazard,
Lexis Castores,
Ian Shugru,
Kane Anderson,
Haley Monroe,
Nico Navila,
Catherine Bass,
Cornell Smith,
Sydney Hooley,
Anya Guadamus,
Parker Hendricks,
Christina Gomnitz,
Hannah O'Flanagan,
Jared Peterson,
Caitlin Prudon,
Sierra Ray,
Rebecca Zimmerman,
Skylar Vanderputten,
Zachary Bush,
Horsem El Hakim,
Max Blust,
Hayden Stekelek,
Chelsea Covey,
Timney Tawelda,
Brittany Ross,
Evie Dambuki,
Allison Burnett,
Jackie LaCroix,
Hannah McCabe,
Kylie Burgess,
Blaine Ross,
Nicole Craze,
Olivia Canfield Cole,
Gracie Hine Gibson,
Andrew Wood,
Grace Klinga,
Hannah Miller,
Chloe Cheryl,
Christy Sirayadakis,
Noah Meehan,
Johnny Siradakis,
Jared Holstead,
Connor Moss,
Jacqueline Nieres Acevedo,
Jalen Tate,
David Trujillo,
Taylor Woody,
Sebastian Melo Cuellar,
Alexander Brady,
Jordan Brownstein,
Thomas Schuett,
Alexa Alejandres,
Amanda Wendland,
Gabrielle Sanisi,
Nicholas Jacks,
Matthew Torcaso,
Leon McMeekin,
Jose Mejia,
Ella Chandler,
Sarah Rosenberger,
Rachel Palmer,
Ash McCann,
Keegan Klein,
Mackenzie Dock,
Shaylin Hood,
Dominique DeVal,
Sierra Hackler,
Ashley Quinn,
Joshua Clark,
Dawn Hudson Beers,
Nolan Penrose,
Tia Sanchez,
Zariah Burkhart,
Crystal Cianes Celis,
Haley Hafey,
Grace Turner,
Matthew Martinez,
Anne Sophie Krishoskov,
Hazel Nguyen,
Blake Vakili,
Sean Doster,
Chandler Phelps,
Marina Movey,
Peyton Cipolla,
Sydney Rose Gillis,
Nicolette Hazlett,
Mary Ginther,
Mackenzie Ross,
Cameron Baber,
Ashley Fowler,
Cheryl Arneo,
Alyssa Colby,
Isaiah Sharp,
Haley Crowther,
Korea Pounds,
Myra Cortez Ferrer,
Cody Marmon,
Sarah McQuistion,
William Wixie,
Caitlin Hancock,
Angela Ruiz,
Lily Zamatics,
Mason Rice,
Yamilet Desiderio Bernal,
Austin Taylor,
Taylor Dunlap,
Zachary Sims,
Kayla Nichols,
Katie Keeley,
Michelle Eckert,
Guadalupe Rodriguez,
Kylie Meisenberg,
Gabriela Dirko,
Lindsay Rios,
Brian Lundman,
Grace Youngers,
Ryan Darcy,
Apollinaria Prater,
Mary Hando,
Maggie Kate Doherty,
Dylan Geshen,
Juana Razzo,
Cameron Borg,
Angela Sandback,
Jonathan Koenig,
Grace Cunningham,
Ginger Cermak,
Jalen Angel Hernandez,
Daniel Austin,
Sadie Salter,
Boris Ing,
Stephanie Aramenta,
Hebo Young,
Madeline Nixon,
Jack Blair,
Corina Camacho,
Alyssa Dickinson,
Parker Calloway,
Ashley Bullock,
Jesse Brazil,
Kayla Southwick,
Natalia Ramos,
Ashlyn Greggett,
Haley Smith,
Lily Lind,
Megan Bradley,
Allison Conrad,
Kali Akana,
Victoria Hurd,
Aaron Chattel,
Anna Marie Darby,
Francis Gutlick,
Tiana McCrae,
Zoe Halliday,
Seth Yost,
Simone Gillum,
Alex McAvicious,
Sydney Tamuro,
Benjamin Brunel,
Adeline Garcia Amos,
Keegan White,
Lara Tice York,
Basmala Abdulatif,
Evelyn Cervantes,
Sulaf Abelushi,
Blaine Hindman,
Jake Allen,
Matthew Hickey,
Polan Lee,
Ivan Cruz Pantoa,
Madeline Julian,
Hao Ray Jong,
Cassidy Clark,
Liam McDonald,
Michaela McCoy,
Caesar White,
Darius Gray,
Wen Wu,
Ashley Wen,
Patrick Morrell,
Ella Zier,
Tyler Cleveland,
Aaron Pladson,
Madison Holcomb,
Edison Biarco,
Nicolette Dixon,
Caius Alharthi,
Alexander White,
Muhammad Alwardi,
Connor Easton,
Madison Montgomery,
Chike Iguatu,
Nathan McLean,
Roberto Martinez,
Rylan Lomont,
Brianna McGuire,
Victor Beeling,
Eric Nim,
Jackson Harville,
Cody Mercadante,
Michael Winchell,
Connor Hammond.
Cameron Sajadi.
Kevin Hermanson.
Colby Menzel.
Matthew Molitor.
Cameron McKinley.
Brendan Nelson.
Josh Tangman Lee.
Alec Yeasting.
Cooper Bailey.
Garrett Thompson.
Elizabeth Nalbandian.
Dallas Padilla.
Luann That Campton.
Thomas Gloner.
Jennifer Warren.
Lucas Mason.
Emma Williams.
Young Hwang Lee.
Brianna Wilkerson.
Colin Rocky.
Lynn Tran.
Harry Pines.
Tuan Huen.
Shelby Sullivan.
Andrea Doris.
Noel Wise.
Alexa Parrish.
Teddy Hovanik.
Cameron Victoria Senjan.
Sonam Yangzo.
Nicole Roman.
Oshi Chamaresinga.
Dede Mulan.
Maya Whitley.
Sebastian Villalobos.
Abdurizak Jama.
Amelia Rovinen.
Abdul Arman Alamari.
Maisie Bowles.
Alberto Castaneda.
Chance Smith.
Logan Dial.
Leila Saeed.
Daniel Gota.
Hannah Jennings.
Vaibhav Nanda.
Aiden Young.
Blake Binns.
Abdul Ansenadi.
Lucas Lemaster.
Isabella Weeks.
Seth Bluth.
Stephanie Gonzalez.
Wada El Sajali.
Brittany Williams.
Ibrahim El Nabi.
Elizabeth Kendig.
Alex Hand.
Marty Brendan.
Weston Stonehawker.
Gard Anderson.
Kareem Zaher.
Naomi Kim.
Drew Cameron.
Euban Fang.
Jacob Nichols.
Elijah Johnson.
Samuel Sui.
Kayla Zem.
Peter Schlendak.
Alondra Santana.
Colin Warren.
Shogo Hashimoto.
Justin Sprecher.
Pengfei Ouyang.
Megan Essler.
Jarrett Kingston.
Alexa Harris.
Brennan Jackson.
Diego Strode.
Nicole Murray.
Ayalmayahu Badu.
Wesley Hartung.
Brian Key.
Craig Foster.
Mason Spencer.
Samuel Babu.
Roderick Kimball.
Quinn Hinman.
Chad Gerald.
Megan Chandler.
Esteban Garcia.
Kayla Nalem.
Elizabeth Allen.
Elijah Gobert.
Pascal Spino.
Farah Waked.
Ariana Marie Claveria.
Emmanuel Osafo.
Elizabeth Mekizuro.
Guadalupe Brito Oropeza.
Samuel Mortensen.
Joseph Velkazer.
Rafael Romero.
Alex Capel.
Bender Bahatem.
Robert Beckman.
Zachary Wilger.
Isaiah Chavez.
Charlene Dimenarig.
Gerald Frazier III.
Alejandro Lucas Alvarez.
Casey Belol.
Hisham El Nabi.
York Weiser.
Abdurrahman El Hatmi.
Allison Boss.
Mohsen Al Azri.
Guadalupe Mendoza.
Katan Katan.
Mia Burke.
Abdulaziz Alamoudi.
Malin Powell.
Riley Trenchard.
Olivia Colantonio.
Jared Fravel.
Michael Wilkins.
Alyssa Hovenkotter.
Krista Christofferson.
Jada Wu.
Keegan Morford.
Marshall Parkman.
Avery English.
Tyler Hanning.
Thao Nakmitron.
Alexander Jenrich.
Andrew Parker.
Roberto Herlick.
Tyler Deaver.
Long Lee.
Kayla Beal.
Kent Guzman.
Hayden Powers.
Angelo Favis.
Kendall Ivy.
Nicholas Oldham.
Sean Dunn.
Brian Krish.
Emily Shipley.
Noah Bristow.
Mariah Hudson.
Brendan McNiven.
Dallas Edmonds.
Al Turner.
Alex Agee.
Lacey Lackey.
Yi Wang.
Samantha Wendland.
Zhenyu O.
Reed Colbert.
Mingyang Ji.
Ulysses Vargas.
Aaron Beavers.
Chris Cuevas.
Christian Carlo Fostanis.
Michael McConnell.
Kernan Geethy.
Jeffrey Cran.
Dewey Sun.
Alexandria McCafferty.
Patrick's Assumption.
Declan Weingart.
Grace Hens.
Bo Bernston.
Sebastian Alvarez.
Devin Willard.
Israel Portillo.
Jay Zier.
Isaac Schnittler.
Joseph Horner.
James Lee.
Caitlin Pegram.
Sarah Harrison.
Andrea Carpenter.
Ahmed Zafar.
McKenna Schilling.
Adam Merritt.
Ethan Donovan.
Michael Mancuso.
Robert Krell.
Kark Singh.
Zachary Hill.
Reed Josephson.
Cameron Hansen.
John Michael Laurie.
Nate Smith.
Alex Schneider.
Noah Phipps.
Alexis Bates.
Carla Mitz.
Aaron Kroom.
Bennett John Season.
Jennifer Gutierrez Monravez.
Marcus Sloneker.
Caroline Snyder.
Tree Lou.
Amelia Rivas.
Christian Salvateas.
Eliza Vidic Galuk.
Jose Chavez Ibanez.
Quinn Mahoney.
Ali Aldwaki.
Catherine Krizanek.
Elenia Upasunju.
Young Hoon Lee.
Sultan El Roziki.
Guhan Park.
Saeed El Saadi.
Ibrahim Sadat.
Dalvin Morris. Raji Danos. Mohammed El Shukaili.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Graduates of the final class of 2021, please stand. You may now move your tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left side, signifying you have earned your academic degree. Congratulations and go Cougs! Which should come out. So.
should I just?
Yeah, let's get
All right.
rolling, baby.
Now, not quite as exciting as the fireworks and everything, but we got our WSU fight song. So if everyone can help me sing, I'm not very good, so please join in. We just start? Music playing? All right, 5, thank you.
Please be seated.
Before we conclude our commencement ceremony, I want to thank all those working and volunteering today to help make this a special day for all of our graduates. Please join me in showing appreciation with a round of applause for their efforts. This concludes our ceremony. Graduates, please stay in place until the platform party has departed and you are excused by the ushers. Honor guards and mace bearer, please lead the recessional.
Ushers, please excuse the graduates. This concludes the ceremony. Happy holidays and go Cougs!